s'il vous plaît.
Bonjour, je vais parler en français. Je m'appelle Fleur Chauvin, je suis stagiaire au Conseil général de la Seine-Saint-Denis et nous on est particulièrement mobilisés pour la COP21 sur temps scolaire et hors temps scolaire puisqu'on travaille avec des 12-25 ans. Sur temps scolaire par exemple, on a des projets de simulation de négociation internationale qui se passeront à l'UNESCO le 5, 6 et 7 mai. On a des parcours climat qui sont organisés en vue de la COP21 et en amont et en aval. Il y a également on essaie de mobiliser les associations locales de la Seine-Saint-Denis hors temps scolaire, donc pour les faire intervenir auprès des jeunes de manière plus ou moins informelle et les sensibiliser aux enjeux de fond. Voilà.
Est-ce que vous avez déjà, je me permets une question, envisagé ou imaginé d'utiliser le levier de la musique pour faire travailler les jeunes sur les enjeux du climat?
Il y a un programme qui s'appelle In Situ qui fait intervenir des artistes dans les collèges qui prennent un temps d'environ 30 heures répartis sur un certain nombre de mois, qui travaillent avec les élèves pour préparer notamment ça va être des projets artistiques, donc ça peut être de la chanson, ça peut être de la danse, ça peut être des œuvres de la sculpture, de la peinture, ce genre de choses. Donc ça peut être éventuellement un lien avec...
Donc quand nous allons lancer notre appel à produire des vidéos musicales créées par, originales, créées par les jeunes eux-mêmes, il y aura en Seine-Saint-Denis
voilà.
des gens déjà sensibilisés qui seront en mesure d'y répondre.
C'est ça.
So they, would you like me to translate?
Yes, please.
So the Departmental Council of Seine-Saint-Denis, which is the department in the north of Paris where Le Bourget, the COP21 conference site, is located, has a number of activities with young people, in particular through secondary schools, which are a responsibility of the Departmental Council. And among other things, they've been encouraging artists to come into schools and to work with secondary school children to develop artistic projects, some of which could be musical in nature. And so I simply asked as a follow-up, when we launch our call for production of original music videos, will we find an already attentive audience in Seine-Saint-Denis? And basically, yes, we will.
Very good. Christoph, please.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. My name is Christoph Straub. I'm from Austria, Vienna, and I'm the founder and CEO of GlobalRocks.com, a musical startup. We already worked together with Miro for the Rio Plus 20 Global Youth Music Contest. So we did the website programming, and I'm here to present our potential for 2015, to present what we do at Global Rockstar, a global music project. So shortly, I'll do the presentation of the whole thing.
Excellent. We are happy to have you here. It was a very fruitful cooperation for Rio Plus 20, and we will now continue. Please, may I ask you?
J'espère.
Oui. J'ai parlé avec David Fajol, secrétaire général de la Commission, et on est très intéressés à tout ce qui se passe. Voilà. Donc, j'aimerais bien participer.
Et bien sûr, c'est évident, mais je le dis publiquement pour que tout le monde entende, les commissions nationales de l'UNESCO sont nos premiers partenaires dans les différents pays. Et donc, non seulement nous souhaitons que la Commission nationale française pour l'UNESCO s'associe d'une manière à définir à ce projet, mais il serait totalement incongru et inapproprié que nous fassions quelque chose d'aussi ambitieux ici en France sans que la Commission nationale soit pleinement impliquée. Donc c'est à moi de créer des conditions où vous ayez envie de pleinement vous impliquer.
And now in English.
So the French National Commission, we've only been discussing in the last few days. So this is still a very introductory participation. But I was just reminding everyone, which everyone should know, that UNESCO works as a priority through its national commissions, and therefore not only is it desirable that the National Commission be involved, but it would actually be somewhat odd and improper to do something ambitious in France without a very close cooperation with the National Commission. So I just affirm that it's my job to make that happen.
Thank you. Please.
Hello, my name is Fayouche Salazar. I just graduated from the MPA, Master of Public Affairs at CENSPO. My concentration was about economic and territorial development. I come from Mexico City, so all these issues are, I mean, we need a big help over there. I'm pretty happy to be invited here. I think this is a very creative way of tackling this problem as well, like with creativity, artistic ways, or music. And well, I used to work in the private and public sector, regards to sustainability and energy, so I'm happy to share and to just
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Leila Kanji. I as well am a student at Sciences Po, and I studied global energy and sustainability as well. And I'm happy to be here more as an observer, simply because it's an opportunity for me to understand what is happening outside of my field of study in preparation for COP. So I look forward to all the discussion here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Agnes Bay. I work with Cécile for an event which is called the Earth University, Université de la Terre, that was created in 2005, and it takes place every 2 years at UNESCO. The forthcoming edition will be held on the 4th and 5th of December, so during the COP21. And it's basically 2 days of debates and workshop. The general program will be on Let's Change All Climates. So it will be looked at various viewpoints: political, economic, cultural, social, sustainable development, of course. And we'll have head of states, head of companies, artists, sportmen coming to talk to the general public. And it's a very popular event. We welcome more than 10,000 people during these 2 days of debates.
That's a lot.
Cécile Bornet, moi je vais m'exprimer en français, pardon. Donc je fais partie avec Samir de cette organisation dont le métier est d'organiser des conférences et des débats. Voilà, on a démarré il y a une vingtaine d'années avec un événement qui s'appelle la Cité de la Réussite qu'on organise à la Sorbonne. Et depuis 2005, l'Université de la Terre a lieu ici à l'UNESCO. L'idée ce matin, c'est d'essayer de voir effectivement pour la prochaine édition, les 4 et 5 décembre, comment éventuellement le concept peut s'intégrer dans l'Université de la Terre.
So a few words in English for those who didn't get that. So the Earth University, Université de la Terre, as was explained, is a long-standing cooperation with UNESCO that will be held this year on 4th and 5th of December 2015, and that we actually hope will be an even stronger cooperation this year than it has been in recent years. And first, because the time frames are exactly the same, it makes sense to explore whether there are any synergies. But in addition, there are thematic connections and potential substantive connections, because the Earth University will be talking about the issues that we also will be concerned with, the issues of changing climates, for better, for worse. And in addition, as we've been discussing how the music content of what we would like to organize in December might connect to other kinds of content, including public debate and discussion, there might even be more direct connections than we originally envisaged. And so I'm very grateful that you can be here this morning so that we can start exploring how we can unlock those synergies and add value to both of our events by thinking together.
Very good. Christina, may I ask you
Oh.
to take the floor?
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I don't speak French well enough to talk. My name is Christina Stevens. I'm an advisor to LOTRA, to IAAI. I'm not going to take into the long phraseology of that, but anyhow, I have, coming from the United States, I work in media. I know we had a very short time frame with this. We probably should have been having this meeting this time last year. However, that's okay, because I can see there's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of passion in the room, and also this being, I was very surprised to hear this. This is rather wonderful that this is all happening at the same time, because I do believe there are going to be synergies, and I think we are going to be able to work together on this. I'm going to sit down now, but I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm kind of listening, hearing what you're all saying. I have no idea at this moment how we're all going to be working together, but I know we need to begin immediately.
Thank you very much, Christina. Mariana, please. Okay, that's Mike. If you prefer, that's fine.
Thank you. My name is Mike Mullane. I work for the European Broadcasting Union in Geneva, and we're here today because we were planning to create a transmedia production later in the year to achieve a meaningful global conversation about the future of the planet. And as luck would have it, we discovered that our friends in Austria and in Paris are thinking along similar lines, and we're hoping that there's an opportunity to do something meaningful together.
Excellent.
We actually work for the European Broadcasting Union, which is the largest association of public service broadcasters. And we sort of try to talk on their behalf, knowing what their interests are, to try to engage with audiences, to do things that matter to audiences. The reason why I'm here is that I'm into the online development part of this format, and I'm also trying to represent our members on initiatives that could help them reach and engage with younger audiences more efficiently. So all kinds of feedback, input, and opinions about that would be more than welcome.
Excellent.
What's the French name of EDU? I realize I don't even know.
UER, donc Union Européenne de Radiodiffusion.
Thank you. Sabrina, please.
Hello everyone, so I'm going to speak in English. So my name is Sabrina and I'm part of Climate. Climate is an international think and do tank, and we work on climate change issues. And we have launched a series of research projects, but also raising awareness project. And one of our projects is called COP in My City. I'm also part of Yongo. So Yongo is a network of youth NGO engaged in the UNFCCC process. And this year, as we do each year, we will launch the Conference of Youth. So it's going to be a big event the week before the COP. And the idea is to gather a large and like a lot of young people, physically and also virtually, to discuss how we can raise our voice during the COP and how we can create and build synergy after Paris.
Wonderful. Thank you. Please.
My name is Nazia Mestawi. I'm an artist, and my passion is really to create connection between nature and technology. So I imagined an artwork. I'm going to show you some images. I have it on my computer or on my iPad, but I think it's maybe easier to show it on my iPad. So I don't know if you can see it well, but the idea is to transform different monuments in Paris into virtual forests during the United Nations Climate Conference, giving the possibility for each person to be part of the solution for the climate crisis. So the idea is that I developed an application, and everybody, by simply putting the finger on the sensor of the application, of the smartphone, I record the heartbeat of each person. Then with the name, you're going to see your tree with your name growing at the rhythm of your heartbeat on the monuments. And then each virtual tree which is growing on the monument is really planted in a plantation program. And I have plantations programs all over the world, so there are about 30 different plantation programs. So the project has been approved already on the Eiffel Tower and supported by the United Nations, the Mayor of Paris and the Presidency. And of course, you're all welcome to be part of it. And also, I really want to work together with communities and push everybody to be part of it. So really the idea is to give the envy for each of us to be part of the solution and to act directly, because it's very easy. Somehow the main concept is that each of us can feel responsible for our future and do it with an artwork, doing with something which is positive. It's not about criticizes is not about fear, it's not about feeling guilty, it's about acting and really mixing an ephemeral artwork with a long-term effect. So, and combining it also with technology, because somehow we mostly always have this opposition between man and technology and man and nature, and the idea is really to reconnect both of them, showing that the future we go to is the one we choose and the one we create. So I'm launching the project on a crowdfunding website. So I'm going to launch a campaign quite soon, like in May. So if you can just spread the message and help the project, will be really great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Would
sharing.
you allow me to just make a point on this? Thank you very much for intervening and for being here. When we last met, it was at Les Assises du Vivant. So this is an opportunity to just say that the interest we have in music is paralleled by an interest in other forms of artistic expression. And indeed, for a couple of years now, we've been trying to work, not very systematically, but as imaginatively and creatively as we can, with various groups of artists, to explore how art can connect to imagining social transformations, precisely in the spirit of what Nadia just presented. And therefore, from a purely programmatic perspective, I see what we're discussing here in the broader context of trying to mobilize non-scientific modes of expression to synergize with scientific understanding in order to create new forms of imagination. The event called Les Assises du Vivant, which we hold every 2 years in conjunction with a group of French academic and civil society organizations, was looking this year at the question of ecology and territories, new perspectives, new ways of thinking about them. And we deliberately built part of the program around opportunities for artists to showcase their work in order to emphasize the importance of, as I say, imagining and not just studying, analyzing, modeling. So I would like, if possible, to use the opportunity of the musical initiatives of COP21 to also build on some of these existing art initiatives, particularly as there are several networks of artists that have come together specifically around COP21, defining what they're doing this year in terms of trying to modify the public debate around climate change by offering new modes of representation.
Very good. Please.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Krista Sili. I'm a member of ISDSE, which is an international agency of sustainable development and social equity. So this agency leads several projects about climate change and social impact. And this project are about different topics. So we have a project about energy efficacy and green energy. We have another project about agroforestry. So this is to take advantage of the biodiversity to enhance rentability of the agriculture. And we have also another project about green transforming and stocking platform to get conservation environment develop themselves. So this is really aiming in the developing countries. Together we have all this project and with the really goal of taking really reason having in mind the global climate change to change the activities of the people, but in an economical reason, so people can also develop themselves from developing countries, but respecting the environment and the earth.
Thank you. Thank you.
The good news is that the microphones now work. So instead of having to project your voice like in a theater, you can actually whisper into the microphone. It'll make it easier for the rest of the meeting.
Hello everybody. Est-ce que je peux parler en français?
Je vous conseille d'utiliser le micro, sinon on ne va pas vous entendre. Et du coup, vous pouvez rester assis pour utiliser le micro.
D'accord.
Debout, c'était juste pour projeter sa voix.
Ok, merci. Alors, moi je suis Ibrahim Mamouko, d'une ONG de défense de l'environnement basée au Cameroun, en Afrique. Et à voir la salle, je suis le seul noir, ou alors peut-être je suis le seul africain, ça veut dire que toute la diversité est représentée à cette conférence. Donc, mon organisation travaille sur les enjeux de développement sous contrainte climatique. Alors, en 2013, on a mené une campagne de plaidoyer pour l'intégration des changements climatiques dans les politiques de développement au Cameroun. Et puis l'année dernière également, c'est-à-dire depuis 2014, mon organisation a mené également un plaidoyer pour la création d'une loi spécifique sur les énergies renouvelables au Cameroun en tant que véritable solution contre les changements climatiques chez nous au Cameroun, et en général en Afrique. Donc, et parallèlement également, je suis l'invité permanent d'une émission radio-télé sur le décryptage des négociations sur le changement climatique, c'est-à-dire que définir un peu les positions du Cameroun, de la sous-région Afrique centrale également, en vue de mieux défendre nos positions lors des négociations sur le changement climatique. Et cette émission a été mise sur pied justement pour contribuer un peu, comment dire ça, à la COP21. Donc c'est à ce titre que je participe, enfin que j'ai sollicité participer à cette conférence, justement pour m'enrichir encore plus et contribuer d'une façon comme d'une autre au succès de la COP21. Bien évidemment, avec un zoom sur l'Afrique.
Merci de votre initiative, merci d'être présent. Évidemment, juste pour vous rassurer, ceci n'est pas une conférence, c'est juste une réunion technique. Nous avons rassemblé les personnes qui étaient disponibles. Il est évident que l'activité elle-même, telle qu'elle sera mise en œuvre jusqu'à la COP21, sera mondiale et inclusive. En revanche, cette petite réunion, effectivement, nous n'avons pas pu assurer la représentation de tous ceux dont la présence aurait été utile. Nous avons fait ce que nous avons pu. The gentleman was just explaining that he's an environmental activist and media participant in Cameroon on environmental issues and is particularly mobilized in the national media on COP21 and is very keen to have the opportunity to be connected to what we're planning to do this year, and in particular has affirmed correctly that Africa should not be neglected or marginalized. We should ensure genuine inclusivity for Africa as for every continent. And of course, let me affirm in my best UNESCO voice that this is an absolutely core priority for UNESCO as well.
Thank you very much. And just an information that the head of our youth program is Jean-Paul Brice Afana. He's also from Cameroon, so we have a strong connection with Cameroon, and we are happy to have you here. Anna, may I ask you to present yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anna Val. I'm here at the Parliament Delegation for Arts with UNESCO. I'm here as an server and mirror in any way we can.
Thank you. Very good. Yes.